As the clock strikes 3 a.m., you wake up knowing that by sundown, you'll be a legend. All you have to do is follow the ultimate tutorial.
Why do you do something as stupid as this?
I'm getting maximum enjoyment out of life, and I'll never stop.
Squalywood by Rob Gaffney goes through every skiable line at the mountain formerly known as Squaw, rating them in terms of difficulty. But what really seals its excellence is the bonus chapter by Shane McConkey.
I'm gonna be the king of, the godfather of big mountain snowboarding.
Everyone outside of Squaw seems to think that everyone has this attitude here and that it's a bunch of people who are like, hey, check me out, it's all about me. And Shane found that whole perception of Squaw to be really funny.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go so off. No one's ever gonna see what I'm gonna do.
NAR is a game that was developed by Shane McConkey, and it stands for
Gaffney's
numerical assessment of
radness. NAR.
Should really be called McConkey's numerical assessment of radness, but MNAR doesn't really work that well.
The game of NAR has a pretty simple goal: score as many points as possible. That can be done in a lot of ways, and some of them are rather unhinged.
We like that. Plus, claim.
Greg, should we get naked?
I would.
Hi, how are you? I'm about to ski this line, Mom. I'm naked, but just hold on a second.
For Shane McConkey, NAR was not a game. It was a lifestyle. Squalywood's bonus chapter is simply a tutorial on how to be just like him. After he passed away in 2009, there was no better way to honor his legacy than to find people willing to channel their inner McConkey.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Johnny.
Johnny who?
Johnny's gonna win this fucking contest.
In theory, the game of NAR is nothing short of brilliant. You have a book that assigns a score for every single line on a mountain notorious for its crazy lines. You have endless ways to either add or subtract points from that base score, and most importantly, you have the McConkey touch. When you add it all together, NAR is a game loved by everyone except for the people who actually have a say.
Squaw Valley called us the other day and they said they're really kind of concerned about this game.
Right.
We had to take some of the rules out of there that maybe were a little bit risque or a little bit too far beyond the boundary. One thing that came up was kind of funny. Every time we talked about farting in the tram, Jimmy King actually kind of laughed, but it sounds like they wanted to eliminate that. We don't really want to eliminate that.
They didn't say anything about nudity?
We didn't bring that one up because we didn't want them to nag it. So, you know, that's what Shane did, and that's what kind of made him famous.
The game of NAR was doomed from the start, but for one whole day, we got a glimpse of something we'll never see again.
So we're here, first day at NAR,
And we'd like you to respect our sensibilities and do it all in good faith. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Hey, Don.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, cool. So, guys, the grand opening. Yeah, this is gonna be sick.
Let the games of NAR begin!
Hey, Mom. How's it going? You ready to drop in? Here we go. Dropping. Woo!
Just so you guys know, I'm the best skier on the mountain.
Benson, I can't believe you're a pro. I'm so much better than you.
Pull down.
Just glad she let me be the first one to take her to lunch. Thank you very much, Debbie.
Yo, check me out. I'm gonna rip the shit out of this.
Dude, are you alright? Dude, that was gnarly. You landed right on your head.
Steve Blair's dropping naked. Holy shit, coming hot.
Steve Blair has skied 4 times naked today. Ooh, 1,050. Nice line. Yeah, we like that.
Squaw Valley as a corporation is not so stoked on the naked skiing.
I think we're all optimistic that they're gonna come to the decision to just kind of amend the rules, make sure we're not pissing guests off, and go on with the game.
Squaw Valley Ski Corp has officially ended the game of NAR.
I think for management, like, they've got a vision of what they want this place to be, you know, and it's totally different than what we were doing yesterday.
I mean, isn't it no publicity is bad publicity? You see some dude, you know, straight lining extra shoot with no clothes on. That's the sort of thing you tell people forever.
As it turns out, resort owners don't really like it when you rip down the slopes butt naked. Shane McConkey would hate what skiing has turned into, but the damage has been done. Except, maybe there's a way to undo it. The corporations will never go away, but neither will Shane's legacy. If the suits don't like squalywood, they're gonna have to pry it out of your cold, dead hands.
What do you think about that?
You are someone who's not afraid to embrace every stereotype squaw has ever had. You're fearless, arrogant, and want nothing more than to put on a show. Your copy of squalywood never leaves your sight. That's your Bible, and replacing it is not cheap. When you read The Insane Ways to Earn Points, you knew this could never last more than a day. If management thought the game went too far in 2010, just wait till they see what you do.
A lot of NAR is about the spectator. It's about giving a better show.
Watch me slay this triple!
The time has come. A frigid weekday storm has dropped several feet of snow with no end in sight. By 4 a.m., you're en route to Squaw Valley Road, where your NAR journey will begin by claiming this particular parking spot. You grab your stuff, head over to KT22, and breathe a sigh of relief that you're the first person to arrive. Better get those abs working if you want 3,000 extra points. Breakfast on the day will consist of bacon and eggs, cooked on a camping stove and served with a kiss to Tom Burton's Scott Schmidt's boots. You paid them to show up early, just like how you paid for the 5 Red Bulls you'll be handing out to anyone who laughs at your season pass photos signed by Tom Day. Once the clock strikes 9 a.m., you get on the chair, knowing that your life will never be the same after this run.
You can never imagine how, I don't know, almost free you feel when all of a sudden you're naked skiing down a run at 60 miles an hour. I mean, crashing is not an option.
There's a reason the game of NAR starts at KT22. It gives you access to the only place where it's possible to hit multiple squalywood lines in a single run. You can earn a 6,000 point bonus for claiming first chair and taking the nose to the fingers, but quite frankly, that path is for sheep. Can sheep fly? No, neither can wolves, but eagles can.
I get to go ski that over there.
At the top of KT22 sits a slab of rock called Eagle's Nest. It's a bit of a hike, and any pre-existing boot pack will have been wiped away by the storm, but to really maximize your NAR, there's no other choice.
What do you think of the nest, JT?
That thing's steep.
When you look at every single line, from Eagle's Nest to the nose to the fingers, it creates an illusion that you have options. In reality, you must ski all of these at some point, because the game of NAR only allows you to score a line once, no matter what happens. This detail poses quite a dilemma, because you need to strike a balance between hitting the biggest possible trick and not wiping out. Almost none of Squalywood's lines have footage of anything bigger than a 360 or a backflip, but your name is Jesper Thovex, so you'll be throwing a 1080 off of everything that allows for at least 1.5 seconds of airtime. The only reason you won't be doing a switch 1080 worth twice as many points is because avoiding massive penalties is practically impossible.
A little late for first chair, huh?
Yep.
A little late for first chair, huh?
First chair. Sweet.
The machete from Volant.
To begin the ski day, you don't take the normal route up Eagle's Nest because you want to start with a spectacle. Most eyes won't be on Ambrosia's alternate, but that's not a problem because you'll be announcing your presence before every single line.
Hey! Check me out!
There's an additional bonus for whacking your pole, but 50 points is not worth 30 seconds of your time, especially when you're gonna need that to take your clothes off. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, a naked line is worth 5,000 points for men and 10,000 for women. To achieve maximum efficiency, you've custom designed a one-piece rip-off ski suit, and as soon as it's off, you're ready to send a 1080.
I'm here dude!
Now that you're beyond the nest, it's very important to hook left immediately and pray for a strong gust of wind to carry you to the nose. On your way there, you notice a monoskier. It's Lee Doobie, just in time for a race to the bottom of KT22. Win, and you're 10,000 points richer. Lose, and that number swings 15,000 in the other direction.
How you doing? Good, how are you?
Want a race?
No.
No?
Do I look like a racer to you?
No, but just monoskier versus monoskier.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Do you think he's better than you are, or worse?
Are you afraid I'm gonna beat you?
I don't give a fuck.
It's a classic squalywood showdown. However, only one of you has to worry about doing 1080s while butt naked. You just performed one for the only line off Eagle's Nest where it's feasible, but almost every route down the nose and fingers allows for it. You just need to find a lip and take it with a lot of speed. Your mom probably doesn't want to be on the phone to hear that, but you were born for the game of Gnar. You just threw 3 naked 1080s off the most exposed features with nothing more than a backslap. Ski Patrol is so impressed that they want to pull you aside, probably for an autograph or something.
Alright, we got a naked skier.
You got a pass?
No.
Uh-oh, they want your pass. It appears that they don't appreciate people skiing naked, but you already thought this through. When you reach into your pocket, you don't grab your pass. Instead, you grab your Looney Tunes sack of money and dish out as much cash as it takes for them to allow you back on the lift. Congratulations, you've just completed your first of 6 KT22 laps. All you have to do before lunch is a spread eagle crotch grab off every other line from Eagle's Nest, one of which has no documentation of ever being skied. Oh yeah, and you have 10 more 1080s off the nose and the fingers. And you're naked. You're gonna have quite the story to tell Debbie Dutton at the Headwall Cafe.
Alex, I have to say, is quite a gentleman.
Sorry, Debbie, but Gnar's not a gentleman's game. You're in a time crunch. That tie wrap never stood a chance. Scarf down immediately, and within 10 minutes, the date is over. It's 12:10 p.m., and you have over 250,000 Gnar points. On the off chance that you're a woman, add another 90,000 to that total. If you were a real person, your bones would be Swiss cheese by now, but your day is just getting started. Next stop is the funeral, where you can earn 500 points every time you fart and loudly claim it. That tie wrap is really going to come in handy, but if you truly want to maximize your Gnar, you need to get a Hummer. It's a perfectly fine vehicle worth 15,000 points that I can talk about without getting demonetized. After traumatizing everyone's nose, you sprint down to Headwall Express, and wouldn't you have it, Surfer Steve is right there, and you get to ride the lift with him. On the way up, you'll be earning 1,000 points for your contribution to Broadtree, and the 7-minute 30-second journey will give you plenty of time to think about your life choices. Squalywood recommends that you probe the landing of Mr. Chipper before attempting a 1080 with no clothes, but that's a time loss. The best strategy for Gnar is to trust your plot armor, and you're gonna need it. You've just taken the Siberia chairlift to the chimney, where you're gonna be sending a 1260 off of a 130-foot cliff.
Hey! I just want you to know that I'm the best skier on the mountain.
Believe ya.
Thanks, buddy.
Imagine the stories you'll have for George Theobald on the Granite Chief chairlift. Unfortunately, you can't hang out for long, because this area is pretty secluded. A 1080 off Chamber Cliff will have to do. After taking the Shirley Lake Express, your first stop is the Great Wall of China. Kind of.
Here we go. Do it! This will be one of the gnarlier hucks I've seen. Are you next?
Silverado is a phenomenal area for 10,000 point tricks. The spout is an obvious choice, but you have the opportunity to be the first person to huck it off the throne. To really cement your royalty, your next step is the Gold Coast Express, because it's time to rip through the terrain park in your lingerie and snowblades. Unfortunately, you can only hit 2 of the 3 required parks, but you'll be back right after another 1260 off the chimney. After 3 more 1080s, you go back to KT22, launch a 1260 off of Simmons Drop, then do one of your only remaining lines off the fingers. It's now 3:55, and you're on your final lap. For the last leg of your journey, you set your sights on the Enchanted Forest and begin your search for the legendary gnome. Except, someone got there first and stole it.
Yeah, Shane. Bet you thought it would never happen, but it did. Altoid Hummer, legendary gnome of the Enchanted Forest.
Right here. 1 million points. Squalywood, baby.
Congratulations, you were the second gnarliest skier on the mountain that day. If you made it this far, you are on something very strong. One naked 1080 would be enough to land most people in the hospital. But even if you made it to 4 p.m., the ski patrol now possess all the money you once had to pay bail. If you go to jail, which is almost inevitable, that would take away all the NAR points you earned from skiing 29 naked lines. There's really only one way around your impending reality.
And as soon as I leave, I'm going to the Oval Office and we'll be signing pardons for a lot of people.
I don't know how, but you made it happen. If Shane McConkey saw what you did, I don't know if he would be proud or horrified. You risked everything for a silver medal.
I'm gonna fucking win this thing.